So, I recently got the small rig heavy duty fluid head tripod. My normal sticks are Manfrotto, and I actually got the Robus carbon fiber legs for it, which I really like, but they're heavy. When Small Rig announced that they'd come out with a fluid head heavy duty tripod that supposedly can support up to almost 18 pounds, I was like, sign me up. Especially because it's like $159. And just so, I will stop here. If you don't want to watch this whole video, I really like it. Like for 160 bucks, I don't think you can beat it. So, but I do have several issues with it that I think could have been easily fixed, and maybe there'll be another version of this down the road where they will fix these problems. And actually, a couple of them are pretty major as far as like usability, especially in getting B-roll. So my overall thoughts, it's built well. Everything I've gotten before from Small Rig, it's usually been little like articulating arms or clamps, has been really nice. Can't argue with it at all. So that's why I was like, they're probably going to make a decent tripod. It says it supports 18 pounds. I don't know how much the C300 weighs when it's fully kitted out, but it's going to be close to 18 pounds, and I feel like it's a little light. It handles it, but honest, I feel like it's a little light. Am I worried about the C300 on it? No, I'm not. But would it be my first choice to use with the C300? No, I'm going to use my larger tripod. Update, I went back and weighed the C300, and it's 20 pounds. I didn't think it was that heavy. But so for what it's worth, it's over the weight rating, and I feel comfortable having the C300 fully rigged on the small rig tripod. So for what it's worth, I still think it's much more suited to like something like the FX3, and especially if you've got a cage and more things built on the FX3. But anyway, just making that update because I did not think the C300 was that heavy. But for the FX3, I went out and shot B-roll with this tripod, and it was great with the FX3. Like it's heavier duty than my smaller Manfrotto tripod, and it takes the larger Manfrotto mount, which is super nice because I can go through from this tripod to my larger tripod, and I can keep the same mount. Is it truly a fluid head tripod? Yes, maybe technically. I think it does feel like it's got fluid inside the head, but it's not adjustable. When you say fluid head tripod, in my opinion, you need to have a tension adjuster on the pan and on the tilt, and this does not have that. So, in my opinion, it's a quasi-fluid head. Maybe it has fluid in it, so it technically is a fluid head, but you can't adjust the tension, so I don't think that truly classifies as a fluid head tripod. At least what I'm expecting to get out of a fluid head tripod. The bowl mount is 75 millimeters. I mean, all this stuff you can read on Small Rig's website. The mount is super secure. Like, I actually really like how the camera attaches and detaches from the tripod head. And the pan and tilt are super smooth. So that I can't argue with either. You get a nice smooth pan, a nice smooth tilt, especially with a smaller camera like the FX3. It is really light. Like my other sticks, as I said, are a lot heavier, so it was really nice carrying these sticks around all day. And just, they fold up really easily, and like they're not that heavy. So that's always one thing. I'm like, do I want to grab the sticks? So I'm grabbing this heavy camera, and I've got the heavy sticks. It's like, yeah. With this, I was like, oh yeah, I'll absolutely grab that because it's pretty light, and at the same time fairly sturdy. The releases on the legs this are sturdy, super easy to use. It's like everything else I've gotten from Small Rig. It seems like it's, for the price, it's built fairly robustly and fairly well. So it's like typical Small Rig quality, which I would, in my opinion, is pretty good. I've always been satisfied with quality versus money spent when I buy stuff from Small Rig. One super cool feature, it's actually a terrible feature and a super cool feature, is they have the spreaders are attached to the top section of leg. So in a lot of tripods, the spreaders are attached to like the middle section. So when you go to to extend the legs, the spreaders like get all wonky, and it's just a pain. Whereas these are fixed; they're fixed to the top section of legs, and it just makes it a whole lot easier to extend and collapse the tripod. A couple of weird things. They've got what looks like, I think it's quarter, maybe it's 3/8 16. Let me check. Yeah, it's quarter 20. So, and on each one of the tops of the tripod legs, they've got a quarter 20 screw there, which you could, theoretically mount something on, but it's not a flat surface. Kind of see, I don't know if you can really see, but it's like I can't put an articulating arm there easily because it's like a curve. So they've got these nice places to like mount an articulating arm for an external monitor, but I can't really do it there. So that's a little weird. I do have one here, so I could mount like an external monitor if I didn't want to have it, actually physically mounted to the camera. Like the FX3, it's a smaller camera. It's not so awesome to mount the external monitor to. I usually like to mount it to the tripod, and so I guess I could do it here, but it would be nice if it was like here and not on the tripod head. My biggest gripe with this tripod, and it's a big one, I say it's a big one, for 160 bucks, for how solid this tripod is, it's really not that big. But I took this tripod out specifically with the FX3 to get B-roll. And a lot of the B-roll I like to get is low and wide. The problem is these spreaders don't come off. Usually on a tripod you can remove the spreaders and extend the legs further out so you can get the tripod head really low to the ground. And I say these don't come off. I think you can take them off with a screwdriver. In fact, it does look like you can take them off with a screwdriver, but that's not practical. Like when I'm out shooting, there should be a quick release where you can just pop it off easily, extend the legs down, and then put it back on. Whereas this, it's definitely, if they do come off, it's much more involved. You got to have, I think, actually 2 screwdrivers to do it, one on either side. So that really kind of killed it for me as far as like a tripod that I would use a lot of the time. And also, when you extend legs farther out, a lot of times, you either want something up here that's going to click into place at certain levels so you can have it at certain heights from the ground. My smaller Manfrotto tripod does that, and the larger Manfrotto tripod I've got, the legs, the spreaders actually extend, so they've got a little release where you can spread the spreaders out even farther so you can get lower. This has none of that. These are fixed length, and they're not easily removable. It won't be a tripod that I carry out, in the field to do B-roll with. It'll be a secondary tripod for like more standard in studio or interview type stuff, because it'll get low enough for like a sit-down interview or a stand-up interview or whatever. And the real reason I got it was in case I have like a 3-camera interview or I'm doing a live stream or something like that, I needed another set of sticks that was sturdy and could handle a decent sized camera, which if the C300 wasn't built out with everything, if I stripped it down to its smaller size, I'd have no problem using this for the C300. So for that purpose, for $160, I mean, it's an awesome tripod. The pan and the tilt are super smooth, takes Manfrotto plates, they lock in nice and securely. The whole thing just seems really secure. The quick releases are secure. I'm not worried about like it being stable or something failing and it not holding my camera. It's light. I can fold it up easily, throw it in my car. It's just a good tripod for 160 bucks. So, will I keep it? Yes. Will I be taking it to go shoot B-roll with? No. Yeah, I don't usually do gear reviews, but I pre-ordered this. I never pre-order gear, but when I saw that Small Rig was coming out with a quote-unquote heavy-duty tripod, I was like, for 160 bucks? Yeah. So, I'm satisfied with it, especially for the price. If it was a lot more expensive, I would not be. But Small Rig's quality is on par with Small Rig's quality, so can't argue with that. So if you are looking for a tripod, I think it'll be difficult to find something at the same quality for the price point. But yeah, that's it. Day, oh, shoot. I forgot to turn the lights on. There we go. I'm not going to redo it. So, anyway. Day 80.